Hi guys, my name is Erica Hannah. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I have my dog's hair in my mouth and my lip gloss. Today I want to talk about creativity. I just want to say, in case you don't know, I am qualified to speak on this because for a long time my creativity was dormant. It was non-existent. It was wanting to come out of me, but I didn't know how to express it. And as I healed and started to find myself started to know myself, I unlocked my creativity. I'll show you guys some of the things that I've made, including this. But I've made pretty cool things in my life and I'm just getting started. Took a little break, coming back, but that's besides the point. It's not only to create art, but it's also to unlock your voice. That's creativity, to speak. And I feel like creativity just is our source. It's our life force energy, because it is. So if you're struggling to unlock your creativity, listen to this video and I will show you how I did it. Okay, so as I said, our creativity is connected to our life force energy. Life force energy is our sacral energy, our sacral energy, our sexual energy. So if that is feeling dormant, if your creativity is feeling like it cannot be expressed, you want to look at that chakra. What have you gone through in life that has made this chakra unbalanced? For me, I was sexually abused in my childhood by my stepbrother. And I didn't realize that until I got into my first relationship, or like until not my first relationship, but in high school. I fell in love for the first time my senior year. I was in that relationship for 8 years, and that relationship actually helped unlock my creativity. Why? Because that relationship was so divine in my life, because I didn't even know I had this trauma until we were sexually active together, and all the repressed memories of this happening to me came back. Okay? So having that partner in my life helped me realize my traumas when it came to my sacral chakra. You know, my womb was robbed, like my sexual energy was robbed from me. Okay? And throughout the years, I've been unlocking new levels of creativity, whether it came to my design work, my poetry, these videos. Creativity doesn't have to look like being an artist, being a musician, all those things. Creativity can look very simple, as like dressing how you want to dress because you feel free in expressing yourself. Okay, so you want to look at your sacral chakra. Is there any trauma there? What relationships have you allowed in your life? When have you given yourself up to people who weren't worthy of you? Every time I go celibate, there's a yin and yang to everything. Okay, so if creative energy is sexual energy expressing itself. I've noticed times where when I was in the correct relationship and I was sexually active, that amplified my creativity. But I also noticed times where I was celibate, and because I wasn't in a relationship, and that also enhanced my creativity. So I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. You are constantly going through seasons of life. So those seasons of life will lead you to where you're meant to be led, right? Back to your sexual energy. So when I was sexually active because I was in a relationship, expressing my sexuality freely helped me express my creativity, and that's what I needed in that moment. But also, when now, I've been celibate for 9 months because I've been single for all these 9 months. I'm single, whatever. So this is what I need in this moment, and being celibate these 9 months have also helped me amplify my creativity. So it's not only, like, I don't want to only talk about your sexual energy with creativity, but sexual energy is life force energy. Creativity is also life force energy. When you're birthing a baby, it's just like birthing out a project, birthing out an idea turned physical. Okay, so keeping that in balance and checking in with your body and seeing what your body needs is very important for this process. Another thing that has helped me always be open to creativity is having an open heart. This is very important. Your heart chakra. You know, when your heart chakra is closed off and you're kind of just going through the world and seeing the bad in everybody and noticing everybody's, sour like personalities, and complaining about traffic and things that are like out of your control. This is like such a energy taker. And creativity is all about pouring back into yourself, expressing yourself. I always think of creativity as like my emotions wanting to express physically. If I'm constantly seeing the bad things in life, how is that benefiting my art and my heart? The word art is in heart for a reason, because when you make art, it's coming from your heart. It's coming from the things that make you excited and fulfilled. And, that's why I don't want to only put this in a box, but that is why when you are going through hard times, you almost make the best art, because it's your heart expressing itself. Whether it's grief, whether it's sadness, whether it's frustration, whether it's fulfillment, whether it's excitement. Either way, all these emotions come are it's how we feel. It's not bad and it's not good. It just is. No emotion is negative. Being angry is not a negative thing. You're a human. Like, obviously we have to learn how to control, like, not like be overly reactive to certain things. But also, like, the other day I was like 4 days late on my period, and I was just very frustrated, and I had so much female rage inside me. I just wanted to scream at the top of my lungs. And who says that's a bad thing? I swear, when I like let out the sound, I got an idea for an outfit, and I was like, okay, like, I just needed to express my anger right now. You don't always need a reason to be angry. I mean, you don't always need a reason as to why you're feeling what you're feeling. Sometimes our emotions are coming from like years and years and years of repressing it. I'll never forget, and with that 8-year relationship I was in, I was on and off. We were on and off for like 4 years after. And when we finally cut it off, I am such a person who likes to always see the like good in everything. Like, even if I was hurt, I'll just kind of be like, okay, whatever was meant to be, like, like, let's just move forward. And in doing that, sometimes you overlook emotions and you're not fully expressing them. And that's definitely what I did. And a year later, I was just so angry at like my ex. And I'm like, why am I feeling like this a year later? And I realized it's because when that happened in real time, I didn't allow myself to feel the anger. I was just like, okay, let's move on. It's all good. So tapping into your creativity is allowing yourself to feel these human emotions. They're not wrong, they're not right, they just are. Also, when I need like just inspiration, us as humans, we're very inspiring. People who are constantly like, ugh, I hate humans, like, I like animals better. I understand, but at the same time, you are a human yourself. Like, there's so many beautiful things about this human experience and being embodied in a human body. Like, how cool is it that we get to play dress up every day? We get to do our hair and our makeup and like, make art and make food and taste it and smell good and take care of our bodies and eat fruit and go inside an ocean and feel sand on our feet. And like, that's really fucking cool. So like, allow your human experience to inspire you, even if it's the bad things happening to you. The bad things. There's no such thing as something bad. It just is. Because every single bad thing happening to you, I like watch you, I'm sure you've experienced this years and years later, you're like, holy shit, that was kind of like the best thing that has ever happened to me. I feel like everybody in this world, even like doctors, even like the most logical person, is creative. They're just not tapped into their own personal creativity. But I do believe that we're all creative because we're in the planet on Earth of creation. We're literally born through creation, through a woman. We're literally born from creation. And if you think about it, everything we do here, whether it's building a house, like making a meal, dyeing our hair, rearranging a home, so many things, all those things are creative. They're all like literally creative. When you feel like you have this untapped potential of creativity, know that that is guiding you, and know that there's something in your sacral chakra that needs to be cleared. And also look at your root chakra, look at your foundation in your life, because maybe your root chakra, all your life you never felt safe to express yourself, or you never felt safe in this world, so it's very hard to express yourself. I know that that's definitely how I felt. I remember like in 2019, I felt like I had so much to say, but I didn't know how to express it. Like I felt like there was so much I wanted to say, but how can I say it? And I started slowly by like storytelling through my designs. And finally, I worked up the courage to speak like this in front of a camera and write poetry and be intertwined. That's another thing about creativity, especially in our generation. I truly believe if you are guided, if you are attracted to multiple forms of art, do not allow that to go over your head. There's a reason for that. I used to feel like, why? Like, I can't do all this because I need to stick to one thing and go all in on that one thing. But who says that that is true? If somebody tells you that's true, that's just their perception. And that perception will not allow them to flourish in all different formats of creativity because it's your perception. You have to understand that every single human has their own set of beliefs. And if there's a belief in your brain, in your psyche, telling you I need to pick one thing, then that belief is going to be true and it's going to show up in your world. But if you allow yourself to allow that belief to melt and form a new belief that every single thing that I'm attracted to, I'm meant to try, and there's a reason that they're all in my heart, then you'll see that their belief that it only needs to be one thing will not work for you because you don't have that belief. That's why I don't take other people's advice. I am living a very unconventional life. When I speak to my friends, my long-term friends from high school, they're just so kind of weirded out by my life because they don't understand my decisions. And sometimes I don't understand my decisions, but I know that my decisions come from my heart. At least finally, the past year, they've been coming from my heart. Maybe in the past I made decisions based off of scarcity and all those things, but I am not one to explain why. It will just show in the end. So if you're on a path of being unconventional in your life, know that you're not alone too. It's a scary and lonely path, but in time we'll see that it's a very rewarding path. Another thing to unlock your creativity is to really tap into your childlike self. What are the things that you liked to do when you were little? What are the curiosities that would guide you when you were young? That's something that I've been really playing out the past 2 years. Acting, I was obsessed with acting in plays when I was little. Last year I put myself in acting classes in my local theater, and it was the most fun thing that I could have ever done in my life / the scariest thing, because I had to literally speak on stage in front of people, and it was terrifying, but it was the most freeing thing I could have ever done in my whole life. I loved acting, I loved performing, I loved making jewelry, making clothes. That's just genuinely what I love to do. I loved writing when I was younger too. So it's like that childlike curiosity, allow that to guide you. Being playful in this life is one of the best things you could do for your creativity. To not take things so seriously, to make things without it needing to be perfect, to make things without you even needing to put it out. Sometimes, although us natural performers, we're natural performers, sometimes we crave that energy to perform, but sometimes it's not about being performative. It's about fulfilling your heart's desires of doing that thing. And even at the end, if nobody sees it, you still feel fulfilled because you're looking back and you're like, wow, I actually made this idea that was all in my mind physical. Like, that's something to be proud of. So do it for yourself. Do it for your younger self. I have a picture on my vanity of my younger self when I was trained on costumes for my dance recital. And like, I look at her and I'm like, damn, she would be so proud of me right now. Like, it makes me want to cry because there was so many moments that I didn't feel proud of myself because of the choices I made from being scared or whatever it is. Also, I feel like a lot of us who have a lot of creative energy and do not know how to place it are highly sexual beings. And you have to understand that that energy is asking you to like transmute it, bring it up, bring it through your crown chakra and make something out of it. Because that energy could be amplified and turned into like kind of negative things. It could turn into addictive behaviors, being overly sexual, being like, addicted to shopping and money and materialistic things. It could turn into things that don't necessarily serve you. But you also have to look at it in another sense. Like, being overly sexual is not a bad thing. It's just you need to learn how to allocate that energy and know that that's actually creative energy trying to express itself through whatever art form you're craving to do. So I didn't think I would be talking for this long, but I thought I was only going to talk for like 5 minutes. But this is something that I could go on and on about because I've been there, done that, still working through it, and I still feel like I have untapped creative energy potential that I haven't even tapped into, which is insane because I've made pretty crazy things so far in my life. But I don't want to sit here and talk about myself and boast about all my untapped potential. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. It's been so fun and fulfilling to post a YouTube video every day. And I love you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, okay? You're here before like it blows the fuck up. So I would love to see you guys in the comments. Comment something that you're working on now so I could see it. And I love you.